Howdy, signing sheriff here. And as you can see, I am not currently wearing a gun. Well, so special shout out to Hickok45. I'm adding his channel link down below. He's the one that gave me the idea to pretend that I don't have a gun when I show my NAA revolver. So, thank you. So, this is the gun that I'm talking about today. As you can see, this thing is tiny. I have it most of the time. I keep it in that. Now, for comparison, this is the first gun that I bought myself to try to use for deep concealment, because it has a 2 or a 1.5 inch barrel. If I remember correctly, it's 2, roughly. Now, you can see just how dwarfed this looks next to that one. And then this is a normal gunfighter's size. So, what are the important things about this? Well, this is single action only. It actually is kind of original, because this one, the hammer, does not have the firing pin on it. That, the tiny little dot, is the firing pin. It makes it a little bit more safe. This one, that is the firing pin. So for this one, if you want to safely lower the hammer, you have to pull and then let go. And now it stops before that way it can hit the bullet. This way it can't. But it has safety notches. This little gap is where the ammo sits. That's the part the hammer hits. That is where you put the hammer when you want to be safe. You can see chamber, chamber. So that means right now through there is a chamber. So if there were any bullets in the gun, this would be dangerous right now. But it's empty. Now, what do I do to make it safe? You pull, and then move. And now it can't fire. Now, some of you are probably wondering, why did he show that in such careful detail? Easy. This is what you see when most YouTubers show you how to make this type of gun safe. This has a safety notch where you would put the hammer to make it safe. They show it, but they don't tell you to pull the trigger. So you don't know that. When I first bought this, I sat in my car for 10 minutes trying to find out how to put the hammer in the safety notch because it was not clear. I finally found out how to do it through a lot of experimenting. There needs to be more good, clear explanations on the internet or YouTube, if YouTube's not internet. But anyway, so to unload or load, push here, and pull out. Sometimes it's finicky. There. Now pull. And now you can add 5 bullets. Doot, 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 doot. Make sure the end of this with this on it is that way. This back in, press, and bingo. Then you can finish. Now, something else that I think is important to tell you. I bought several grips for this. You can see the little black colored thing in here. That's the first shape of the grip. All this was not there. I added that because the place where my finger, which is the one that holds the gun, where my finger sits, I would not be able to hold this if it had the starting grips. I would, thanks. But like this, I have one finger plus the trigger finger. So I can hold it. Now, what are the other grips I said that I bought for it? Well, one, I don't know who it is that sells this, but they make a grip that folds. Your hand is around the folding grip. You let go, press, and it goes tink. Okay, kind of smart, but the one I bought didn't fit. It didn't match. So I had to send it back. This one's the only one that I've found so far that works for me. Okay. Someone makes what's called a clip and grip. It's the first shape without, but it has a, so you can, and then when you need it, plus it makes it a little bit more fat, so it's more easy to, because it's like this, not. So that one I bought before I decided this felt good. So I actually ordered one more of this with a slightly smaller barrel for my mom. And I'm going to give her the clip grip. and see how she works with it. Then I didn't make it. I bought this. And some of you are probably looking at it and going, huh? So this I ordered because one of my subscribers told me in the comments area that I needed a Django Unchained Derringer sleeve thing. I'll add a picture of his comment on the screen right here so you know what he actually said, because I'm saying it completely wrong, I'm guessing. But I researched that and found out that those are almost impossible to actually use and buy. So I did the next best thing. This idea is actually historically very close to what cowboys way back when actually did. What they really did was, if they used a sleeve, they would use twine, set the derringer, and tie it. So all they had to do was reach in and pull. The problem was you had to be very careful, because if you made it so that you could just pull and you had it, if you swung your arm too hard, you can see, look, I had it like that. That's the exact thing that would happen to them. If the retention string is off, hang on. It goes flying. Yeah, not preferable. So, my viewpoint, it's a good gun. I use this because, hey, I live in Gary, Indiana. This is not the most pleasant city to live in. I never go out without a gun. But sometimes the place that I'm going doesn't want you to have one. So, how many people will notice this? It looks like a key ring. I mean, sometimes I can't use this because people say, no guns. Well, Okay, fine. But this is the problem. Some people don't completely trust the law enforcement system to protect them. Typically, I'm using the joke, but there's some truth to this joke. The law, I'm going to sign it enforcement like this. I know that's not the right sign, but spelling that long word over and over and over will become annoying fast. So, law enforcement have this history of not appearing when you actually need them, but they're always there when you would prefer they're not there. Not completely true, but there is a tiny amount of realisticness to that. So I never assume that I'll be able to depend on other people. I'm the protector of my family. I have to keep myself and the people around me safe. So I never go out without a big, possibly big, a knife or a gun. Sometimes I'll act a little bit silly and I'll have some type of pepper spray, but that's a little bit more hard for me to pull out than a gun or a knife. So it's just personal preference. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below about what you would like, what you want to see next. And I will see you in the next video. And happy trails.